Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelby and today I'm doing another reading vlog. A couple of months ago I made a couple of videos called 5-star predictions, one for romance and one for thrillers. And instead of just doing a follow-up video, I decided for each one I'm going to do a follow-up vlog of me reading each book and seeing if they're 5 stars. So basically this is the start of this vlog, and the next time you see me we're going to jump back about a month into July. Today is Thursday, July 25th. And the thriller 5-star prediction video comes out tomorrow, July 26th. But I was so excited because one of the books that is on that list, Never Have I Ever by Joshilyn Jackson, I originally had on hold with the library, so I figured I would read it sometime in August. But I got approved for an ARC on NetGalley. So far, I'm about 20% through Never Have I Ever, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It is a domestic thriller about a woman named Amy, and she has a best friend named Charlotte who lives on the same street as her, and they've been best friends for a long time. And they have a book club, and a woman named Rue, she just moves in and she seems a little trashy, and she has this really bad teenage boy. And she comes to their book club and kind of stirs up trouble, and she gets everyone's attention, and she starts playing this game called Never Have I Ever, kind of like a competition of who's done the worst thing. And this really shakes Amy up because she's had a really bad past that she doesn't want anyone to find out about. And it's kind of going from there. And so far I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really excited to see where the story ends and kind of what happens with Rue and what kind of trouble she's going to cause, and the rest of Amy's past, because we do learn some of the things that she gets herself into. So I'm really excited about it. I'm hoping it's going to be 5 stars, but I will come back and update you guys once I get a little bit further. So I didn't have time to update you guys last night, but it is now Friday, July 26th, about 9 a.m. and I am 60% through with Never Have I Ever. Last time I checked in, I had mentioned that it's about a woman named Amy, and a woman named Rue moves in on her street, and she starts trying to blackmail her about her past, and we know that she has a really bad secret, and we learn what the secret is, and it is definitely multi-layered, and you see her trying to counteract the blackmailing. So they're kind of playing this game of cat and mouse, and I was enjoying it. I wouldn't say it was like a 5-star read, but I'm at 60% through, and just now there was an amazing plot twist, and I was like, dang, that was really good. So it might bump up my star rating. I kind of have to see how the rest of the book plays out, but I am dying to finish it. So I'm gonna try and get as much done before Avery gets up, and then I will come back and update you guys later. We are going to a library book sale today, have a couple errands to run, but other than that, my plan is to just finish this book. Okay, it's a little after 2 p.m. now, and I did end up finishing Never Have I Ever a few hours ago. I flew through this while Avery was taking a nap, and it was amazing. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did. I thought it was going to be a 4-star read once I got about a quarter of the way through, but after the halfway mark, everything picked up so much, and there were so many twists and turns along the way. It was really cleverly done, and I ended up giving this one 5 stars, which I'm so happy that this video is starting on a great note. So right now I'm 1 for 1, and I'm hoping that my next read is also going to be 5 stars. So I don't know when the next time I'm going to check in will be, but when I pick up my next book from that video, I will come back and update you guys. Okay, so it's Friday, August 30th, and it's about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I started my next book, which is I Can Be a Better You by Tarryn Fisher. And I've been so excited to start this one because Jacqueline over at Weeby Bookin', I will link her down below, she loved this book, and we have really similar tastes in thrillers, so I was really hoping I would love this one as well. Right now I'm about 25% through. It is 300 pages, so it's a pretty quick read, and so far I'm enjoying it. This is about a woman named Fig who 2 years ago had a miscarriage, and ever since she's been searching for a child in a similar age range who is like a reincarnation of her daughter that she lost. And she has her sights set on this family that she's met, and she decides to buy the house right next door to them after stalking them for weeks. And she starts to make friends with the husband and the mom and the daughter, and she gets definitely way too close for comfort, and you can tell she's really mentally unstable, and you're wondering what kind of things she's going to be doing. She's dealing with past grief, and she's kind of making really irrational decisions. So far I'm really enjoying it. I'm wondering how high the stakes are going to get and what crazy things she's going to be doing. So I'm going to read more, and then I will come back and check in later. Okay, so it is now Saturday, August 31st. First of all, I can't believe it is the end of the month. And second, I think the book I'm currently reading is going to be my final read of August. And I'm right now over 60% done with I Can Be a Better You by Tarryn Fisher. And this book is really intriguing. I love the unreliable and really unlikable narrators. The first half of the story is told through our main character Fig, and I actually thought the whole book was told through her perspective. But at the 50% mark, we switch to Darius's perspective, and he is the husband that she's really vying after and trying to get involved with. And you think he's an innocent person, but at that 50% mark, you learn more about him, and he definitely seems a little suspicious, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a really quick read, which I like. I don't like my thrillers to drag on, especially when it's in regard to something like this where it's really in the mind. I don't like too much inner dialogue that just goes on and on and on. Luckily, this one isn't weighed down by too many internal thoughts, so you get a lot of good interactions with people and actions, and I really do like that. So I think I'll be able to finish quite a bit today. Like I said, I was at like 26% the last time I checked in, and then when I went to bed last night, I was at like 33%, and this morning it's only like 10:30 and I'm already at like 60 something. So I assume that I'll be able to finish the book this evening. It's really quick. But right now I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if it's a 5-star read, but I do like it, and I think the ending will really determine my star rating. So once I get it finished, I will come back and update you. Hi guys, so it's Sunday, September 1st, and last night I finished I Can Be a Better You by Tarryn Fisher. And this book is a total mind F. The last time I checked in, I was 60% done, and I thought there was only 2 perspectives, but we are introduced a 3rd perspective. So we are seeing through the perspectives of each main character. There's Fig, Jolene, and her husband Darius. What's crazy about this story is we're seeing the same turn of events through each person, but they are definitely different. Everyone sees it differently. You're wondering what is true and what is false, and everyone is unreliable. Everyone is despicable, and it's full of a cast of unlikable characters, and you don't know who you're really rooting for. And just crazy things are happening, and it really messed with my mind. But it was a really quick read, and I enjoyed it a lot. I wouldn't say it was quite a 5-star read, but I still gave it 4 stars, and I would highly recommend it. So when I pick up my next book for this video, I will check back in with you then. Okay, so it's Monday, September 9th, and I started my next book for this video, and that is Apple of My Eye by Claire Allen. Earlier this year, I read Forget Me Not by Claire Allen, and I loved it. Currently, I am 25% of the way through, and it is a pretty quick read. We are following 2 women named Ellie and Louise, and Ellie is like 7 months pregnant. She is married, and she's really struggling in her pregnancy, and she starts receiving these notes in her mailbox and a rock thrown through her window with the note, basically warning her that her husband isn't who she thinks he is, and she starts questioning who her husband is. And then the second woman is Louise, who is stalking a pregnant woman, and she wants to steal that pregnant woman's baby, and she's clearly mentally unstable. She's going through some terrible things, and I have an idea where this story is going. I'm not sure if I am right or not. It could follow a trope I am familiar with, but I'm hoping I'm wrong, so we will see. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if I would give it a 5-star because I'm only a quarter of the way through, but I am enjoying it. So once I get some more reading done, I will come back and update you guys. Okay, so it's several hours later, and I'm over halfway done with Apple of My Eye by Claire Allen. And our main character, Ellie, she's continuing to receive notes and threats in the mail and at her job, and we don't know who is sending them, and it's really negatively affecting her life and her marriage. And for the unforeseeable future, she moves in with her mother, and you know that her mother has some secrets of her own, and you don't really know what those are. And you're still also following Louise, which is the woman who is stalking a pregnant woman. You just see into her mind and how irrational her thinking is, and you know that things with her cannot end well, and you're kind of wondering how it relates to Ellie's story. And at the moment, the story is a little bit on the slow side. Not a whole lot has happened other than what I mentioned, and so I'm waiting for some crazy things to start happening and some twists to be thrown in. So I'm really excited for that because I feel like Claire Allen does a really good job with twists. So I'm really excited for the twist to start rolling in. So like I said, I'm over 50% done. It's a really quick read, so I assume I will be able to finish it this evening. And once I do, I will come back and update you guys. Okay, so it is many hours later. I just put Avery to bed, so I have to be a little bit on the quiet side. But earlier this evening, I did end up finishing Apple of My Eye by Claire Allen. And I'm so torn about this book because I really liked the writing style. I think Claire Allen writes a really good story, and even though I felt the middle of the story was slow and didn't have a lot of progression, I still really liked how she wrote the story. But what I can't get over is that I guess the plot twist from the very beginning. I think in the first clip I did mention that I had a hunch for what the plot twist was, and I was 100% right, and so I'm a little bit bummed out about that. So I was really bummed I couldn't give it 5 stars. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. I don't know what I would have rated it if I didn't guess the plot twist, maybe like 4, 4.5. But because I did guess it, I gave it 3.5, and I still really would recommend it. I kind of spoiled it for myself because I guessed the plot twist, which is such a bummer sometimes. I wish I didn't guess them when I do. So yeah, I would still recommend this one, and it wasn't a total fail. It just was a little bit unexpected. So I will check back in with you guys when I choose my next book. Okay, so it's Thursday, September 19th, and I have started my next book for this video, and that is 13 by Steve Kavanaugh. And I was really highly anticipating this book, not only because it was a 5-star prediction, but because it is my Thriller Talks After Dark pick for the month of September. And Jackie and my live show is next week during the Contemporary-a-thon. So I had to get it read before Monday when Contemporary-a-thon starts, so now is the time. And I would have updated you guys sooner, but somehow it slipped my mind that I was vlogging reading this. So I only have about 100 pages left in the book, but that's okay. As I mentioned before, it is the 4th book in a series, but they can be read as standalones. And we follow a prosecutor named Eddie Flynn, but we do know that he in the past life was a con man and his marriage went down the drain, and now he's just trying to get a stable job. And he was offered to become like one of the lead prosecutors on a murder case, and he ends up taking it in order to possibly win his ex-wife back. The murder case is with a celebrity. He is being charged with murdering his wife and his security guard, but he claims he is innocent, and Eddie believes that he is. We know there's a serial killer named Cain, and he's the one who actually killed the people that were murdered in this trial, not the celebrity. And the serial killer has weaseled his way onto the jury, and he does a lot of really crazy things in order to get there, and I'm not really sure how I feel about this. It is a courtroom drama, which is not really my thing. It is very wordy, and I don't really know where the thriller aspect is supposed to come from, because we know who killed these people, and we know that the person being charged with the murders is innocent, and so I'm kind of curious where the mystery is going to come from. Like, we obviously know that Eddie is going to figure it out, that this guy is a serial killer, so we kind of have all the information in front of us, and so I'm just kind of wondering where I'm going to be surprised, because right now I've been pretty bored for the majority of the book. Like I said, it's super info dumpy, and I usually like detective kind of stories, but something about courtroom dramas just don't work for me. And a lot of people who reviewed this said that they don't like courtroom dramas either, but they love this book, and I'm just not there. I'm on page 275 out of 350 something. I have less than 100 pages left. Right now I'd probably give it 3 stars. It is well executed, it's really well thought out, and someone who likes this kind of book would probably love this, but right now I'm unfortunately just not loving it. So once I finish it up, I will come back and update you later. Okay, so it's not too much later. I'm about to go to bed. I am so exhausted. But I did end up finishing 13 by Steve Kavanaugh. I left my physical copy downstairs, and I think I just don't get it or something, because everyone I know on Goodreads has been giving this between 4 and 5 stars. And I'm leaning somewhere between 2.5 and 3 stars. I just didn't get this book at all. I do think it was well written, and I did understand maybe why people liked it, but something about it I just did not get. I didn't like that we knew right away who the killer was, and there was no other twists. I didn't really see any big twists, any big reveals. So we just knew everything off the bat, so I don't really know where the thriller aspect came from. There was no mystery. So to me, it was just a courtroom drama, which is not my thing. I've read a couple and didn't like them. So I should have known I wouldn't like this one either, but I saw so many reviews saying, I don't like courtroom dramas, but I loved this. So I thought that would be me. And unfortunately, I just didn't like it. There's not really much else to say. I just didn't love this one, and it didn't work for me, so I'm so sad about that. I don't think I will give this series another try. Just it was really boring. So total miss, especially because I thought it would be 5 stars. Here I am thinking it's somewhere between 2 and 3 stars. So definitely bummed out, but I do have one more book left for this video. So when I get to that one, I will come back and update you guys. Okay, so it's Friday, October 4th, and I finally picked up my 5th book for this vlog, and that is Tear Me Apart by J.T. Ellison. I don't really remember why I put this onto my 5-star predictions. There was nothing about this that I thought was really hyped or anything, but it did get really high reviews on Goodreads, and the premise sounded intriguing to me. Like I've mentioned before, this is about a girl who gets in an accident, and through that accident she needs like a bone marrow transplant, and so her family gets tested, and in that process the doctors learn that her parents are not her parents, and they've been lying about being her biological parents her whole life. And so we're following 3 different women. We're following Mindy. She's the 17-year-old girl who is a professional skier, and she got in the accident. We're following her mother Lauren and her aunt Juliet, who is Lauren's sister. And Juliet works for the Colorado Bureau of Investigation in the forensics department, so she's really familiar with how those blood tests work and everything. So she's really alarmed when she learns that Mindy's parents are not her parents. She starts to investigate herself, but her sister is really hesitant and is clearly harboring some secrets. And so far I'm about 125 pages in, and this is nearly 500 pages, so I'm about a quarter of the way through, and I'm really liking it. It's a very fast read. Even though it's so huge, the text is fairly large, so it's not taking that long to get through it. I'm kind of curious what happened with this woman Lauren and why she's lying about her daughter being biologically hers. You can tell she's very shady and has a lot of secrets. And in the beginning of the book, before we jump to this story, we see a flashback to 1993 with a couple of women who are rooming together at a psychiatric hospital. And I'm kind of curious if Lauren is one of those ladies. I wouldn't be surprised because she seems a little bit mentally unstable. So I'm kind of curious to see where this goes. I'm liking it so far, and I'm really surprised I haven't heard very many people talk about it because it is really highly rated on Goodreads, like I said. And I think it came out last year, and I'm really liking it. So when I make more progress, I will come back and update you guys. Okay, so it's several hours later. It's a little before 9 p.m. and I just got back from dinner and going to Target and just doing some errands. And I am now 300 pages into Tear Me Apart by J.T. Ellison, and I'm really enjoying this book. I was really intimidated because of how large this book is. It is nearly 500 pages, which to me is a really long book for a thriller. And there have been some twists and turns along the way that I didn't see coming. There were some that I had a hunch about, but most of them I didn't see coming, so I'm really enjoying the overall storytelling of this, and I just want to see where this goes because it has so many secrets and lies, and I just feel like it can't end well. It's going to have some type of really bad ending and some sinister ending, and I think I had a really good hunch about this book, and so far I've been proven right. So yeah, I'll update you guys tomorrow when I finish this. Okay, so it's Saturday afternoon, and this morning I finished Tear Me Apart by J.T. Ellison. I got to page 400 before I went to bed last night, so I only had about 90 pages to read this morning, and I really liked the majority of this book. I loved all the twists and turns and all of the lies within this seemingly perfect family. I did guess a few of the plot points and plot twists, but I think they were well executed, so I wasn't bummed out that I guessed them. The only thing I didn't love was the ending. I wanted something different, something a little more satisfying, but I do see why the author chose that ending, and some people might really like it. It just wasn't my particular favorite. So although this was not a 5-star read, I still really enjoyed it and found an author who I really jive with her writing style, so I ended up giving this one 4 stars. Okay, so as you guys saw in my last clip, I finished my 5th and final book for my thriller 5-star prediction video. So I kind of just wanted to go over all that I read and what I really took away from this video, and if it was a success to me. The first book I read was Never Have I Ever by Joshilyn Jackson, and I got this video off to a great start because as you guys saw, I gave this one 5 stars, and it is definitely one of my new favorite thrillers, and I'm really happy that I read it. It was recommended to me by Jacqueline over at Weeby Bookin, and it definitely was a 5-star read. This was definitely by far my favorite book in this video. So if you want to pick up any of them, I would highly recommend this one. And then I read I Can Be a Better You by Tarryn Fisher. This was also another Jacqueline recommendation because she gave this one 5 stars. And although I really enjoyed the writing style of Tarryn Fisher, I couldn't give this one 5 stars, but I wouldn't consider it a miss. I ended up giving it 4 stars and I really enjoyed it. And I went on to read another book by Tarryn Fisher during Contemporary-a-thon, and I gave that one 5 stars. So I don't think I would have picked it up if I hadn't have picked up I Can Be a Better You first. So I definitely don't consider it a loss. I still really enjoyed it, and I would recommend you guys picking it up. The next book is Apple of My Eye by Claire Allen. I gave this one 3.5 stars, and this one was definitely a letdown for me because I loved Forget Me Not by Claire Allen. I gave that one like 4.5 or 5 stars. And this one, to me, I guess the plot point from the very beginning, I guessed the twist, and there was only like one twist in the story, so because I guessed that, it ended up being way too predictable for me. So this one I consider a little bit of a miss. And then 13 by Steve Kavanaugh was definitely my biggest disappointment of this video. I was so disappointed because Jacqueline and I chose this for our Thriller Talk After Dark choice for September, and as you guys saw in the vlog, I was so upset that I didn't love this. I think I said in my clips that I was going to give it like 2.5 stars or something, but I ended up giving it just 2 stars because after discussing it and thinking about it more, I decided I really didn't like it at all, and I don't plan on probably reading more by this author. I didn't like his writing style. There was just so much about this I couldn't connect with. And so this one was definitely the biggest miss out of the bunch, which is ironic because this one got the most attention on my original video. Everyone was saying, I want to read that book, it sounds really interesting, and it got the most comments, and then this one I ended up liking the least, so I do find that a little bit interesting. And then the last book you guys saw was Tear Me Apart by J.T. Ellison. This was the one I went into the most blind because I didn't hear people talk about it on BookTube. I just saw good reviews on Goodreads, and that's what prompted my 5-star prediction, and I gave this one 4 stars as you saw, and I really enjoyed it. It definitely was a win in my book. I still really liked it even if I didn't give it 5 stars. I would change a couple things here and there, but I think I found a new author that I really like. So I'm really happy that I did these 5-star follow-ups via vlog style because that way you guys got to see how I felt about the books real time, and I really enjoy watching vlogs like this, so that's why I did it. Let me know if you guys want me to do vlogs for my next 5-star follow-up, or if you'd rather just a sit-down style where I talk about them. I will link all these books down below as well as Jacqueline's channel since she did give me a couple of these recommendations. Let me know if you guys read any of these books and liked them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye!